Many people confuse spirituality with religion. They are not the same. Religion is a set of beliefs and practices, often centered around a higher power. Spirituality, however, is a way of being. It's about connecting with something larger than yourself. This connection could be to nature, to art, to love, or to a sense of the divine. Spirituality is about inner experience. It's about finding peace and joy within. And this peace and joy aren't dependent on external circumstances. True spirituality transcends dogma and ritual. It's a living, breathing connection to the present moment. Imagine gazing at a star-filled night sky. You feel a sense of awe and wonder. This feeling of connection is at the heart of spirituality. It's about recognizing the sacred in the ordinary. Spirituality is a journey of self-discovery. It's about shedding layers of conditioning to reveal the truth of who you are. This journey is unique for each individual. There is no right or wrong way to be spiritual. Believing in certain ideas does not make you spiritual. You can believe in God, angels, or reincarnation. However, these beliefs alone do not constitute spirituality. True spirituality goes beyond intellectual assent. It's about embodying your beliefs in your thoughts, words, and actions. Think of it like this. You can believe that exercise is good for you, but honestly, simply believing that doesn't make you healthy. You have to put your belief into practice. In the same way you can believe in spiritual principles, yet, without embodying them, your beliefs remain superficial. Beliefs can become a trap. They can create a false sense of security. We may cling to our beliefs out of fear of the unknown, fear of being wrong. This fear can prevent us from exploring new perspectives and experiencing true spiritual growth. When beliefs become rigid, they create separation. We begin to see the world in terms of us versus them. Those who share our beliefs are right. Those who don't are wrong. This kind of thinking leads to conflict and division. It prevents us from recognizing our shared humanity. Strict belief systems can become like prisons. They confine us within walls of dogma and judgment. We may become so attached to our beliefs, so much so that we are unwilling to question them. This rigidity closes us off from new experiences and insights. Imagine a garden enclosed by a tall, impenetrable fence. The plants inside may be beautiful. However, they are isolated from the richness and diversity of the outside world. Similarly, when we cling too tightly to our beliefs, we limit our own growth and understanding. True spirituality is about breaking down these walls. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. It's about approaching life with an open heart and an open mind. Today we are witnessing a rise in spirituality outside of traditional religions. More and more people are identifying as spiritual, but not religious. They are seeking meaning and purpose outside of established doctrines. This shift is driven in part by a growing disillusionment with organized religion. Many people feel that traditional religions have become too dogmatic, too focused on rules and rituals, and too disconnected from the realities of modern life. This new spirituality is fluid and inclusive. It draws inspiration from various sources. Eastern traditions, indigenous wisdom, and mystical experiences all play a part. It embraces practices like meditation, yoga, and mindfulness. These practices help individuals connect with their inner selves and cultivate a sense of peace. While some are moving away from organized religion, others are finding ways to reconcile their faith with their spirituality. Many religious institutions are undergoing a period of introspection and reform. They're revisiting their core teachings and, finding ways to make them more relevant to the modern world. We're seeing a greater emphasis on social justice, environmentalism, and interfaith dialogue. Some denominations are becoming more accepting of LGBTQ+ individuals. Others are taking a more progressive stance on issues like women's rights and climate change. These changes are a sign that religion is not static. It's capable of evolving to meet the needs of a changing world. Eastern spiritual traditions have had a profound impact on Western spirituality. Practices like yoga and meditation, which were once considered kind of fringe, are now totally mainstream. These practices offer tools for calming the mind, connecting with the present moment, and cultivating a real sense of inner peace. Buddhist teachings in particular have resonated with many Westerners. The Buddha's emphasis on mindfulness, compassion, and non-attachment provides a framework for living a more awake and meaningful life. These teachings offer practical guidance for dealing with suffering, letting go of attachments, and finding true happiness. Despite the positive changes taking place, there is still resistance to change. Some religious groups and individuals cling tightly to outdated beliefs and practices. They fear that any deviation from tradition will lead to chaos and moral decay. This fear can manifest as dogma, intolerance, and even violence. Clinging to rigid beliefs gives a sense of security in an uncertain world. However, this security is really just an illusion. The world is in a constant state of flux. To resist change is to deny the very nature of reality. It's kind of like trying to hold onto a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. History is replete with examples of rigid structures collapsing under their own weight. The Soviet Union, for example, built a powerful empire on a foundation of ideology and control. However, this rigidity ultimately proved to be its downfall. By suppressing dissent and innovation, the Soviet system sowed the seeds of its own destruction. The same principle applies to rigid belief systems. When we become too attached to our ideas, we lose our capacity for critical thinking and adaptation. We become brittle and inflexible, unable to respond to the ever-changing demands of life. This rigidity, in the end, leads to stagnation and decline. The future of spirituality lies in openness, curiosity, and compassion. It's about recognizing that our understanding of the universe is always evolving. We must be willing to question our assumptions, challenge our beliefs, and embrace new perspectives. This doesn't mean abandoning our values or traditions altogether. It means approaching them with a spirit of inquiry, rather than blind faith. It means recognizing that our differences are what make us human. It means embracing the richness and diversity of human experience. The journey of spiritual awakening is a personal one. It's about cultivating a deep connection with yourself, with others, and with the world around you. It's about living a life of purpose, meaning, and authenticity. So, as we move forward, let's approach the future of spirituality with open hearts and open minds, ready to embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity.